Okay, being that today is December 4th, and tonight we begin saying Barechu Alenu instead of Barchenu, I want to talk about the halachot just for a few moments. The truth is that in Israel, those who live in Eretz Yisrael, they already started saying Barechu Alenu a while ago. From the 7th of Cheshvan, the evening of the 7th of Cheshvan, they already said it. You're going back almost a month already. They already said Barechu Alenu from a while ago. But here in Chutz La'aretz, out of Israel, so we start saying Barechu Alenu this year, December 4th at night, which this year comes out a Sunday night. There's a difference between the Sfaradim and Ashkenazim. I'm sure you all realize that the Ashkenazim don't have a different beracha. It's the same bracha. They still say the same Barechu Alenu. They just change a few words. Instead of a 10 beracha, which they say in the summer, they say v'ten talam atalam beracha l'kopnei adama. It's basically just a couple of words difference. But for the Sfaradim, it's a whole different beracha. During the summer, they say a beracha called Barechenu, and during the winter, we change it to the beracha of Barechu Alenu. Chamavadi writes that this is the better way according to Kabbalah, which is true. It's brought down all over. Our nusach of tefillah, the Sfaradim, is based on the Kabbalah heavily, much more than Ashkenazim, and therefore this concept to say Barechenu in the summer and Barechu Alenu in the winter, even though it's much longer, it's actually a much longer tefillah, and many people don't know it by heart. You have to read it inside the Siddur, but still, this is the right way to do it. And Chamavadi brings down that one should not follow a Sfaradi. Let's say he's rushing and he wants to say, you know what? Let me do the Ashkenazim this time. Do a short Barechu Alenu. You cannot do that. Not allowed to do that. So anyway, us Sfaradim or Ashkenazim, whatever it is, we're starting tonight to say Barechu Alenu v'ten talam atalam beracha l'kopnei adama. Women as well have to change to Barechu Alenu, and they have the same halachot of men. Whatever we're going to say now, they have the same halachot as the men. The women and the men have the same halachah. What is it? We started saying this yesterday, but I want to say it a little clearer now. What if somebody, by mistake, he did not say Barechu Alenu, instead he said Barechenu? What's the law? Does he have to go back? Does he have to repeat his Amidah or not? And here the halakha says that it depends where you're holding in the Amidah. If someone's in the middle of the beracha of Barechenu, he didn't yet finish Baruch Atah Hashem Evarech Hashem. He's still before that point. The halakha says you go back to the words v'ten talam atalam beracha and continue the beracha Barechu Alenu ala seder in order. That's the proper way to do it. What if somebody already finished Baruch Atah Hashem Evarech Hashem? So here there's a huge machloket. If you take a look in the Mishnah Berurah, Ashkenaz poskim say that he should continue. He should not say anything over there. He continues till Shomei Tefillah, the beracha Shomei Tefillah. And in the beracha Shomei Tefillah, in the middle, before he gets to the words Ki Ata Shomea, right before that, he inserts a couple of words. But according to all the Sephardic poskim, Chamavadi brings it down the Ben Ish Chai, we say no. Right over there, before you start the Ka b'shofar, you said Baruch Atah Hashem Evarech Hashem. Before you start the Ka, you should say over there, v'ten talam atalam beracha l'kopnei adama, and then start the Ka b'shofar. Because we say that as long as you didn't yet start the Ka, you're still in the middle of the beracha. Very interesting concept. And therefore, the Ma'aseh, halakha l'Ma'aseh, for us Sfaradim, of course, we should follow that if you finish Baruch Atah Hashem Evarech Hashem, you didn't yet start the Ka, you should say v'ten talam atalam right there. What if somebody already started the Ka? There, everybody agrees, the way it's brought down in Shulchan Aruch, that a person should wait until he gets to Shomei Tefillah. In Shomei Tefillah, he says, before the words Ki Ata Shomea, he says the words, v'ten talam beracha l'kopnei adama. What if somebody finished Shomei Tefillah? Baruch Atah Hashem Shomei Tefillah, he's finished. And then he remembers he didn't say the right Barechu Alenu. Here, Shulchan Aruch already brings down, everybody agrees, that right over there, right before it said, you say v'ten talam beracha l'kopnei adama. What if somebody's already passed Ritzeh, he started Ritzeh, or he's in the middle of Modim, or Sim Shalom? What does he do? Halacha says he has to go back. Where does he go back to? Does he go back to Shema Kolenu, and say it in Shema Kolenu, or does he go back to Barechu Alenu? Here there's a huge machloket in the Rishonim. The early commentaries have a machloket about this, and the Ma'aseh, halacha l'Ma'aseh is, we follow the opinion that you go back to Barechu Alenu, which could be a little time. It ruins a lot of brachot. All the tekah and the shiva that you said till now is out. You got to go back to Barechu Alenu and say all the brachot over. This goes until somebody's before he took 3 steps back. Now let me explain. Many people have a custom that towards they get to the end of the Amidah, they add words, they add tefillot, they pray, say some tehillim, they add tefillot that they have in different sidurim. So long as somebody's still in the middle of davening, he's still in the middle of something, that's called he's still in the middle, he could go back to Barechu Alenu. Only has to go back to Barechu Alenu. But once somebody's finished, he took 3 steps back, then he has to repeat the whole Amidah. He's got to start again from Hashem to Baruch Atah Hashem, and start again the whole Amidah with Barechu Alenu properly. Sometimes it happens that a person finished the Amidah 100%. It's finished. There's somebody behind him that's still praying, and he didn't take 3 steps back because he's waiting for the guy behind him to finish. That's not called still in the middle. That's called finished. If you're finished, you're just waiting for the guy behind you. That's called finished, and therefore, if you realize at that point that you did not say Barechu Alenu, you said Barechenu, you got to go back to the beginning of the Amidah. This is the Psak of Chamavadja. Again, we mentioned yesterday, if somebody is not sure, he finished the Amidah, he's not sure if he said Barechu Alenu. Here we say the first 30 days after he started saying it, we assume that he did not say it. But if it's already after 30 days, then he could assume that he did say it. He got used to saying Barechu Alenu, and therefore he does not have to go back. Interesting question. What if somebody is a shliach tzibur kavua? Somebody is a chazan kavua. Does he hold? And he's not sure if he said Barechu Alenu, but he says, listen, I say every day at least 5 Amidas, because I say Shachrit Mincha Arbit, and I'm the chazan, so I say Chazarat Hashatz also. So maybe I could, already before 30 days, you could assume that I got used to saying Barechu Alenu. Chamavadja says, yes, indeed, such a person is a chazan kavua. 18 days is enough for him. Once 18 days passed, he could assume that he already is past the time, he's already past the point that he's used to saying Barechu Alenu, therefore he doesn't have to go back. Anyway, these are the halachot of Barechu Alenu. Yiratzon Hashem should bring us the bracha of the rain. Baruch Adonai Le'olam.